So I'm going to walk through lesson 7.11 since I'm not there to go over it with you. If you already typed all this out, that's great. If you're watching this video before you're typing out, there's a couple little hints and I'll give you some tips. So on the far left, these things, the categories of the types of Forever 21 items, you can copy and paste that. So you don't have to type it all or just click and drag. So if I have tops, I take this bottom corner, I click and drag it down, and that's our autofill. So that way you don't have to just type it out each time. For the item number, to be honest, you can just, if you want, like make it all one. I don't really care necessarily about the number. So what I could do is I could create a pattern I could do this one. Oops, hold on, let's do this. So if I have one number, the exact same, like I copy and paste that number, the second one, I can just change it to a 5, and then now there's a pattern. It's just going to go up by 1. I select both of those so it recognizes the pattern on both of those, and then I autofill all the way down, and then it will create a unique number just going up by 1 each time. So that you can do that if you want, because I honestly don't really care about the numbers necessarily. And then over here on the styles, you can copy and paste those too, or autofill down. Like you have cotton mints 3 times, you can pull it down and autofill it down. That can help you speed up your typing, because I know that it's a lot. Okay, so going through the steps, once you've typed it all, then it says resize the columns. So again, if you double click in between your column headers up at the top, okay, that will automatically resize columns to make everything fit. It says save this spreadsheet is forever. So we're going to go File, Save As. We're going to go Browse, choose our folder. So I'm going to go up to Documents, into my BIM folder, my Microsoft Excel folder, and I'm going to call it Forever. Okay, I already have one, so yes, I'm going to replace it. But you shouldn't have one, so you should be good. Next, it says change the font size of the title in cell A1 to size. So click in cell A1 right here. Okay, and I'm going to change that to 21 point. So my font's up here. Here's my sizes. Okay, 21 is not an option, so that means I'm going to need to type it. So I just do 21 and press enter, and it will change that size. Now it says merge and center cell A1 across A through G. What I saw a lot of people doing this when they were doing this, they were selecting the column. Like if you click on the A and going all the way to G and trying to merge and center it that way, it will not work that way. I also saw people selecting the entire row like this. And then when you merge it, they're like, where did it go? And it's way off and never land over on the far right because it's taking the entire first row, which goes on for a really, really, really long time, and merging it somewhere in the center. So you only want to actually select the cells that you're going to merge. So I'm going to select A1 and click and drag all the way to G1, and then I'm going to merge those. So it looks like this. Then we're going to bold the column headings in row 3. So you can select row 3 and bold all of it, or I'm just going to select and click and drag those specific column headings in row 3, and I'm going to bold them. You can also use Control B. It says apply a thick bottom border to A3 through G3. So I've just selected A3 through G3. That is the column headers. Here are our borders. And if you look through, there's a bunch of different ones. There's actually one called thick bottom border. So that's what I'm going to choose. And then you see we have a thick line underneath that. It says format column B as text. So I'm going to select the entire column. In my drop down menu up here, I'm going to come down here to text, and I'm going to fill that in. Okay, and choose text right there. Now, you won't notice much of a difference except for its left line here, but one thing that people notice on the test is when you're doing zip codes, if you start a number with 0, okay, and then I have a zip code like this, like on the test, okay, if it's formatted as text, it will keep that 0. You see that little green thing? It's basically saying an error saying like, oh, hey, caution, this looks different than all the others because it's formatted as text. Okay, if I didn't have one formatted as text, so for instance, I come here and I start off a number with a 0, it's going to just take that 0 away, because it doesn't think that it's a number because it can't start with 0. Okay, so that's just mainly kind of the big difference with text. Now it says to center align column D. So I take all of column D, I click up here to select the whole thing, and I'm going to center align it. That is just this one right here. We're not merging and centering. Okay, we are just center aligning it. Next, it says copy cell E4 to E26. So E4 to E26, all of these. Okay, that's our unit cost. We're going to copy it and paste it over here in the gross profit. Okay, the reason we're just copying and pasting it, that would be a formula. Like if you have the cost and then the price, well, if I just find the difference between these two numbers, and that's how much profit I make. Okay, well, it cost me $6.45 to purchase it, but I'm selling it for $12.90, so my gross profit is that. Well, they've just made it here where all of these selling prices are just double the unit cost. So what you're going to make is the exact same as how much it cost. That's just how they format anyway. So we're just going to copy and paste those numbers over there. Okay. I will show you actually if I have a formula. We're going to learn formulas later, but just as a little preview, you always start a formula in any kind of calculation with an equal sign. And you could say, what's my selling price? You click on that cell and you subtract the unit cost, and you can do a math formula in here and it does it for you. So see, it's the same price. I could autofill down and it does all the math formulas for all of those all together. So you notice those are the same price. Okay, so that's just a little preview of what is to come. Next, it says format columns E and F as number to 0 decimal places. So I'm going to select both of these columns. Okay, and I can do the drop down here and you'll see different options like number. Okay, and you can choose it there, or I can pull out this whole menu here and choose number, and then it gives me the option here of how many decimal places. We want 0 decimal places, so I'm going to change this right here to 0. Move this up, so I hit OK. So now, instead of having the 2 decimal places like this, it is just having the whole number like that. Okay, and now it says increase the decimal places in F4 through F26. So now I'm going to take this. If you wanted to adjust the decimal places, you could go back into the number menu here and change it from there. Or these options right here on our menu up at the top are kind of like little shortcuts. So we have increase decimal here and decrease decimal here. So we're going to increase this to 2 decimal places. So it's going to actually look like a dollar amount. Okay, and then we're going to look at G right here. So G actually has 2 decimal places already. I'm going to select all those, G4 to G26, and we're going to decrease it. We're going to use this little button right here to decrease it to 1. So it should be column E has no decimal places, column F has 2, and column G has 1 decimal place. So that's formatting all of our numbers. Now what we're going to do is just do our print settings. So it says format this spreadsheet to be centered horizontally and vertically. That means I'm going to come to page layout, okay? And this is how it prints on the page. Some people are wondering like what this does. So if I go to print, okay, by default it goes up in the top corner right there. If I come down, you have this page setup menu, okay, on our margins tab, and I'll show you how to get there from the actual menu. These 2 buttons that you should be pressing will center it on the page. So you see it got moved to the middle of the page. Okay, so what that does, if you go to the page layout menu and I say pull out the page setup tab, on the margins tab, then it will just center in the middle. Okay, it says set the sheet to print grid lines. So if I come over here to our sheet tab, okay, here's some things that you can set to print, and we can check the box for printing the grid lines. Next, it says change the page layout orientation to landscape. So on this page tab, we can make sure it's selected landscape. And it says adjust the page scaling to fit one page. So I'm going to check this box, or this little circle, I guess, right here. Okay, and then make sure you proofread any changes for accuracy, print preview, make sure it looks good. So what that does is I'll come down here to print preview. Okay, I should see my grid lines. It should be in the center of the page. Okay, it should be all on one page, so it's not on multiple pages. And that looks good. If you were paying attention to this whole thing and you watched it, when I come back on Monday, if you give me a key, the code word, the password, whatever you want to call it, secret phrase, I'm gone because I'm in my friend's wedding. So come tell me, hey, the secret code is wedding, and then I'll give you a piece of candy because you actually paid attention and watched this whole video, which I appreciate since I'm taking my time to do it. So hopefully this helps, and I will see you on Monday.